طيب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تمسك بهديهم إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. Tonight's lesson, I believe, part 3 or the third halqa of our basic beginner's fiqh on Hajj and Umrah. Hajj and Umrah. Last week we started reading from the book called Risalatun fil Fiqh al-Muyassar, or as it states here in this version, Taysir al-Fiqh. Fiqh made easy. It says here by Dr. Salih ibn Ghanim as-Sadlan, translated by Jamal al-Din M. Zarabozo. We're speaking on the virtue of Hajj, the status of Hajj in Islam. We were speaking on the meaning of Hajj. We were speaking on the conditions for Hajj to be what? Valid or obligatory? Obligatory. And not for it to be what? You guys sure about this? طيب. We also were speaking on the types of Hajj, the different styles of performing the pilgrimage. I believe we stopped here in which the author said, فأما العمرة المفردة فهي في سائر أيام السنة وأفضل العمرة ما كانت مع الحج أو في رمضان. أما الحج المفرد فهو أن ينوي حجا مفردا مجردا من العمرة السابقة له أو المقارنة. أما القران فهو أن يحرم بالحج والعمرة مما أو معا وتتداخل أعمالهما فيكفي طواف واحد وسعي واحد للحج والعمرة. أما التمتع فهو أفضل الأنساك وهو أن يحرم بالعمرة في أشهر الحج فيسعى لها ويطوف ويتحلل منها، وفي اليوم الثامن من ذي الحجة يحرم بالحج من نفس العام ويأتي بأعمال الحج من طواف وسعي ووقوف وغير ذلك، وعليه هدي واجب للتمتع والقران. The author, he says regarding Umrah, he says that Umrah can be performed in any day of the year. And the best time to perform Umrah is 1 or 2 times. The best time to make Umrah, he says, is 1 or 2. The first is the Umrah which is paired with Hajj. And the second, he says, is the Umrah that's performed in what? Ramadan. Performed in Ramadan. First question is, for further research and for further reference, especially those who speak Arabic, what are some of the days in which some of the people of knowledge of the past used to dislike Umrah to be performed there? Days in which some of the Salaf al-Salih said the Umrah should not be done on or during. I'm not going to give you the answer. This is for a further, what? Personal reference. Number 2. Is it virtuous to make Umrah in Ramadan? And why? And is it absolutely virtuous, meaning a specific virtue in Ramadan, or just because of the general time, the shahr, the month? Everybody understand this? Further reference, inshallah ta'ala. Move forward. He says, as far as Hajj, the first type of Hajj is called what? The first one, Ifrad. The Hajj which is Mufrad, long. He says, and it is for a person to make the intention to do Hajj mufradan. He says having nothing to do with, no connection, no attachment to a Hajj that was previous or Hajj that's done what? Simultaneously. Pay close attention. Not future. Either present or what? Past. It has no attachment to a past Umrah or a what? Present Umrah. Past Umrah will be what? Tamattu'. And present will be Qiran. The past Umrah that's connected to the Hajj is what? Tamattu'. Clearly. As-sabiqa. He then says awal muqarina, or the Umrah which is what? Running side by side. That will be the what? It's not mufrad, it's not tamattu', then it will be what? Qiran, to link. Everybody understand this? To pair. Naam? Tayyib. So that is the Hajj mufrad, in which you just what? Do what? Just make Hajj. No intention of Umrah, nothing. Everybody clear on this? He then says, as far as the Qiran, the next one, let's read here the translation, and we just read the Arabic. It says here on page what? Starting on page 100, he says the different ways in which the pilgrimage can be performed. The following are the different combinations of performing the Hajj or Umrah. Number 1, performing the Umrah by itself. Number 2, performing the Hajj by itself. Number 3, performing the Hajj in connection with the Umrah. Number 4, performing the Umrah in combination with the Hajj but with a break in between. He says, as for the Umrah by itself, it may be performed throughout the days of the year. It is best when the Umrah is performed with the Hajj or during Ramadan. Clear. As far as the Hajj by itself, this is where the pilgrim intends to perform only the Hajj without performing the Umrah beforehand or in connection with it. Mufrad, naam, ifrad, mufrad. Fairness. As far as the Hajj in connection with the Umrah, the acts of the two are combined, and it is sufficient to perform one circumambulation and one sa'i, referring to the going back and forth between the mounts of Safa and Marwa. What does that mean? He says, as far as the Hajj in connection with the Umrah, which is called what? Qiran. The tamattu', the Umrah is what? Before. This is Qiran. He says, as far as the Hajj in connection with the Umrah, the acts of the two are what? Combined, merged. And it is sufficient to perform one tawaf and one what? Sa'i. Because you're making Hajj and Umrah what? In connection. The tamattu' is before. Everybody clear on this? Everybody got this or not? Everything is merged. If it's one tawaf, one side, then of course it's going to be one. Unless you spill soda on your ihram. You go to KFC or Hardee's or is that ihram or libas al-ihram? Tayyib. Khairan inshallah. Moving forward. The author then says, Naam? You gotta go, get an orange soda. Sun-kiss, Fructose is good for your Umrah, Allahumma musta'an. The energy, Allahumma musta'an. The author then says, as for the Umrah in combination with the Hajj, but with a break in between, that's what? Tamattu'. The Hajj and Umrah are together, but there's a what? A break, a pit stop, a pause. You're going to come out of the, and then go what? Everybody clear on this? So what most brothers from America do, brothers and sisters, I don't know how it is in the UK, I would assume the same. Canada, I would assume the same as well. they're going to travel to Medina. They're going to stay in Medina for how many days? 3 or 4 days maybe. Then they're going to make ihram in Dhul Hulayfa. They're going to make the intention there. They're going to do everything and become Hajjis from Dhul Hulayfa. Regardless whether you put on your clothes in the hotel or in the miqat. Everybody clear on this? Whether you take a shower, shave there, everybody understand this? Al-Muhim, the aqd niyah, the actual intention with the heart is going to be made what? At the miqat. We can say for sure, at least with the heart, here in this instance. Everybody understand this or not? Then they're going to perform what? Umrah. Then they're going to go to the hotels in Mecca and stay for how long until? How long? 4 or 5 days. Cover your head, trim your nails, whatever you want to do. Then what date? 8th or the 9th? When does it start? When is it mandatory? Eighth or the 9th? Mandatory to go on the 8th. I didn't ask anything about Arafah. Arafah is not on the 8th. When is Arafah? 10th? Right, move forward. Right, the author he then says, pay close attention. So, they're going to make their umrah, come on ihram, then they're going to go to where? Mina. Which one? Allahu Akbar. Tawaf al-Qudum. They made umrah in Mecca. The tawaf. Then they're going to make Tawaf al-Qudum again? Then they're going to do what?
They're going to enter the state of Ihram again.
On what day? And go where? See? See, Abu Sa'id, why I throwing around Abu Sa'id? Which one, Abu Bakr?
And he's going to go and make Tawaf.
One day, what day? And where is he going to go?
To the Kaaba.
To the Kaaba to make Tawaf. Which one, Saleh? He's going to go to the Kaaba? I mean, Tawaf al-Qudum, even though he's been in Mecca for 4 or 5 days. He went shopping. He had halal fried chicken the first day in his life, the brother says, from UK. So I waited my whole life to have KFC. The brother said KFC. That's what he said. It's from Birmingham. He said, I waited, oh man, I get it. Halal Burger King. It's my dream fulfilled. Imported. Where was the meat imported from? La. The meat may come from Brazil. But, and I can go to that right now. Out of him, you don't shatter no one's dream. Right, I will tell you, the brother said he was wallahi. He said, this is my dream fulfilled. I always wanted some fast food, halal fast food in Birmingham. Right, moving forward. So, on the 8th day of Abu Bakr, you're saying he's going to get into Ihram and then go to the Kaaba for Qadum, for arrival?
That's what I think.
After he stayed in Mecca and shopped and slept and was with his wife and everything else, put on oil, shaved his, did everything else? So the Qadum, what's the meaning? Ma ma'na al-Qadum?
Yeah, like you said, the Tawaf of arrival.
Of arrival.
No.
How long has he been in Mecca? He's going to Mina, not making Tawaf, huh? Tayyib, khayr inshallah. May the best man win. Who's the little stronger? Tayyib. So, Abu Sa'id says he's going to go to what? Mina. He's beginning his what? His Hajj. Tayyib, khayr inshallah. Moving forward, the author says, this is the best way to perform Hajj. He says this is what? The best way. His view is that this is the what? Most excellent way to perform Hajj is the what? Tamattu. So therefore, for the layman reader, If he didn't know background, Abu Bakr says this, Abu Sa'id says that, Abu Ramla says this, who's right? He's going to read the book and he's going to pay for what package, Abu Sa'id? Tamattu. He's going to follow the trusted source that he came across. He doesn't know of another source, of another view, everybody clear on this? He says this is the what? Best way of making Hajj. Moving forward. It then says, it is when the person enters the inviolable state for Umrah during the months designated for Hajj. Which months are those? Riyadh. What are the designated months for Hajj? Abdul Raqib. Dhul Hijjah. That's it. No. Hajju Ashurun Ma'lumat. Allah says in the Quran. Months. Can't just be one month. What are the months of the Hajj? Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, and all of Dhul Hijjah, or first 10 of Dhul Hijjah. So Hajj, he says, has 3 what? Months. So a person, hypothetically, he's going to go make tamattu. Let's say he's retired, or she's retired, or entrepreneur. I work for myself. Or I have a lot of vacation time. I worked for all of the pagan holidays, the non-pagan holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Every holiday I took and I let the kuffar go. What's the ruling on that, guys? This is a real question. Is it permissible for you to work on Christmas to fill in for your non-Muslim co-workers? Allah Akbar. They said it's definitely permissible. It's double time. Huh? Is it permissible, Adam? You're working for him to do what? Celebrate. Get drunk. Praise Jesus. Eat swine. Eat ham. Now with pineapples on it. His intention is to cover.
His intention is to make some extra money.
Okay, so can I work in a supermarket? Can I be a security guard at a casino? Can I be a...
What if his intention is to...
Shuf, Abu Taid, how sticky things can get. Can I be an Uber driver on Friday night in New York City? Everyone is going where, Abu Taid?
Club.
Huh? Everybody understand this? Pay close attention now. I'm driving around and get a call. Some drunk people get into my car. Half naked, laughing, making fun of each other, just drive anywhere. Huh? That's one thing. But now I'm going to work intensely on when? Friday night. Because I know it's going to be packed. And it's going to be full of clubbers. Everybody clear on this? My intention is to feed my family. My intention is to make money. But is it permissible? That's what I'm asking you guys. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. The people that say you can't work there, that's pork. They sell pork. It's a khamr. You can't do that. Or you can't, any other place. You can't go teach in this masjid. This is Ahlul Bidah. Regardless of your intentions or what you're doing, but you're in the location that's hated by Allah. You're helping people. You're increasing their numbers. What heck is that? So therefore, for you to work for the kuffar, are you assisting them upon birr and taqwa, or you assisting them upon sin and transgression? Hypothetically. I'm not saying this is my view or the answer, but everybody understand that? That's what I'm trying to get to. So back to the brother or the sister who wants to make Hajj and Umrah. Since they covered for their kuffar co-workers, let's say they have a lot of extra time. Naam. So therefore the brother, he wants to go to Mecca and he wants to make tamattu Hajj starting when, Abu Bakr? The first day of what? Shawwal. And this brother stays in Medina and Mecca all the way until... Everybody got that? Everybody clear on this or not? Well there? Right. He then says, move forward, he makes the sa'i, circumambulation, and then comes out of the inviolable state. Clear. Then says, he makes the sa'i and then he comes out of the ihram. Does it mean he shaves his head and trims his hair? It doesn't stay here, but obviously, if he's coming out of ihram, then he's going to what? But he's going to leave some hair for Hajj. He's going to do what? As for a brother. As for a sister, sister only cuts the length of the tip of her finger. Khairan inshallah. Moving forward. It then says, then on the 8th day of the month of Dhul Hijjah, like you said, Abu Bakr, the 8th, he enters the inviolable state for the Hajj during that same year. In other words, this has to be during the what?
Same year.
Not Tamattu in 2017, and then next year you go back 2018. He then says, he performs all the acts of the Hajj, including the circumambulation, sa'i, staying at Arafah, and so forth. The author didn't mention Mina here. He didn't mention what? Going to Mina. He then says, he sacrifices the animal, which is obligatory when a person performs this type of Hajj or the previous type, the Hajj in connection with Umrah. The Tamattu and the Qiran, you must offer a what? Animal. Am I clear on this? You have to offer a what? An animal. Mufrad is what? No what? Mufrad is no what?
No sacrifices.
No animal. Everybody clear on this? Topic 3, the author then says, back to the Arabic, inshallah. The author says, أركان الحج والعمرة. للحج 4 أركان وهي الإحرام والطواف والسعي والوقوف بعرفة فلو سقط ركن بطل الحج. وللعمرة 3 أركان وهي الإحرام والطواف والسعي فلا تتم إلا بها وتفصيل هذه الأركان على النحو التالي. Says topic 3, page 101, the essential components of the Hajj and Umrah. He translates arkan to mean what? Essential components. Others translate them to mean what? Pillars. Everybody clear on this? In other words, something that is mandatory, something that is a part of a thing, component, and something, if it's left off intentionally, Abu Tawheed, the act of worship becomes what? Invalid. Even if you, that's intentionally or unintentionally. Everybody clear on this? Wajib is different. Shart, so on and so forth. Different details, ins and outs with regards to that. Everybody clear on this? Moving forward. It says here, there are 4 essential components for the Hajj. Entering the inviolable state. The first rukn, first pillar, first essential component is what? Al-Ihram. Is that you have to go into the state of what? The sacred state. Ihram is not a piece of white terry cloth. That's libasul ihram. Khayr inshallah. Number 2, circumambulation, tawaf. Number 3 is sa'i, going back from Safa and Marwa, and then staying at Arafah. You have to stay what? At Arafah. He says, if any of these acts are not performed, the Hajj is not valid. Even if it's what? Unintentional, forgetfully. The Hajj is what? Invalid. The author says, Umrah has 3 essential components. Number 1, entering the inviolable state, Ihram. Number 2, circumambulation, Tawaf. And number 3, what? Sa'i. He says, it is not complete except with these acts. The details of these essential components are as follows. That's the general layout. Now let's get into the what? Details. The author, rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, الركن الأول الإحرام وهو نية الدخول في أحد النسكين الحج والعمرة بعد التهيؤ للإحرام والتجرد من المخيط. واجبات الإحرام. واجبات الإحرام 3 وهي: أولا الإحرام من الميقات وهو المكان الذي حدده الشارع للإحرام بحيث لا يجوز تعديه بدون إحرام لمن كان يريد الحج أو العمرة. ثانيا التجرد من المخيط فلا يلبس الرجل ثوبا ولا قميصا ولا برنسا ولا يعتم بعمامة ولا يغطي رأسه بشيء كما لا يلبس خفاف أو خفا إلا أن لا يجد نعلا ولا تنتقب المرأة ولا تلبس القفازين. ثالثا التلبية وهي قول لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. يقولها المحرم عند الشروع في الإحرام وهو بالميقات لم يتجاوز. He says here, the first essential, the first pillar of Hajj is what? Ihram. He says the first essential component of Hajj or Umrah is entering into the inviolable state, the sacred state, the haram state. He says here, it is the intention to perform one of the types of pilgrimage rites, Hajj or Umrah. Nothing to do with clothes. Ihram is the what? Intention of the heart to do one of the two things. Everybody clear on this? He then says, after preparing to enter into that state and removing any sewn clothing, the author says, before you go into that state, you should physically what? Prepare yourself. Take a shower. Before that, trim your fingernails. Take the hair off of your body that is unsightly, or the hair that you want to remove, as long as it's not your beard, as a man. A woman is not to shave her head. Some of the ulama say, and perhaps it's permissible for a woman to trim her hair and cut her hair. She doesn't necessarily have to let it grow long or grow it out or whatever the case may be. And some of the ulama say that she can't. Al-Muhim is the hair which is not supposed to be what? Aywa. Now, a very important question is, what's the ruling on a woman shaving her legs or her arms? Permissible or impermissible? Okay, Omar says same. Anybody else? Abu Saeed? It's unsightly, so it's permissible for her to remove it. Mandatory or permissible? Abu Bakr, fadda. It's mubah. Okay, what are you basing it off of? Athar or nadar?
It's based off of
Or taqleed?
general
Qaida, which is? Al-aslu, inna al-asla fil ashya al-ibah. طيب. What do the ulama say about that? Before you answer, Khalid, name one of the great ulama at this time. Who? Of this time. Right. Allah Akbar, there we go. Sheikh bin Baz. Right, another. Utaymin. Or? Albani. What did Sheikh Albani say about a woman shaving her legs? You guys know? Or her arms? Read about it. Read about it. Google it.
Albani's position on women shaving their head.
Oh yeah. What did Utaymin say about it? Google that. And let's see who's really following the what? The ulama. Let's see who's following the ulama. So the brother's class is there, okay, but he doesn't connect view to the ulama. Another brother said, he likes the camera too much. Everything is recorded, him. Why do you have to be on recorded so much, Mufti? Or Muhammad, the brother said here in the masjid the other day. Not that, but he said, crossman, Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad. Last time I saw the brother a while ago, it was what? Sheikh Mufti. I see him now, he says what? No doubt. Clearly. So therefore, some brothers say what? He doesn't call to the ulama. He doesn't connect people with the what? The ulama. Let's see who's following the ulama now. Inshallah. What you got, Adam? You found anything in English? Not from, What you got from Albani? Abu Saeed. Anybody online got the fatwa? Alright, let's check something out, inshallah. Just to show you. No, what did we said the what? Umar, the ulama. Those we want the scholars. No, Utaymin or Albani. We want the scholars. One of the two. I'm gonna play something, inshallah.
That is permitted as the view favored by the standing committee and also.
I said the who?
The standing committee on Ibn Uthaymeen, Sifat Dawa al-Maw'a al-Muslimat.
Fadda.
So Sheikh Albani included the word nams, as mentioned in the hadith in
What did he say? Haram or halal? Which one?
And the eyebrows. And Sheikh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz, others did. This is from Osama K. online.
Type.
It's not from me.
Jazakallah khair, Osama. He says that Sheikh Albani said it's what? Nah. He said it's nums. Nums meaning
All the hair on the body, not just
Aywa. Type.
Uthaymeen says permissible.
Sheikh Uthaymeen says permissible?
The others said that it's permissible to remove it because
No, we didn't say others.
No, but they're saying that this is his fatwa and they give the reference to the book where he says it.
Okay, I got that.
Fadda.
Abdullah,
This is what is the ruling concerning woman cutting some of her hair? Because with regard to a woman cutting her hair, then one must look into the motive behind her doing it. So if a woman cuts her hair in imitation of
Nah, it's not talking about that. Legs, arms, and also he mentions thighs as well.
yeah, I mean that's part of
Khalas. We can't even, Umar, make taqleed the property of what? The ulama. This is a reality. Huh? We can't even make the proper what? Taqleed. We can't even make the proper way of taqleed. Huh? Allah al-Musta'an. This is reality. Taqleed is a fiqh.
لأن إزالة شعر الفخذين والساقين في حلها نظر.
Tayyib, he says, removing the hair of the legs and the thighs, he says, fi hilliha nadhar. It's something that what? No, it needs to be nadhar, huh? Allahu alam. Moving forward. This is what they mean here.
لأن الشعر من خلق الله.
Because that hair is from the creation of Allah. It's from the what? Creation of Allah. Tayyib.
وتغيير خلق الله في غير ما أذن الله فيه من وحي الشيطان.
And to change Allah's creation in that which Allah did not allow, he says, min wahyi shaitan. It's from the inspiration of what? Lucifer. Tayyib, what do you call him? Diablo? What other names he had? The devil. Huh? What up? Not what you got in the feast. Shukran. We moved on from that.
no, he's from Allah.
قال الله تعالى عن الشيطان ولآمرنهم فلا يغيرن خلق الله.
Then of course the ayah from Surah An-Nisa, I will command them and they will certainly change the what? Creation of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Abdul Raqib, what's wrong with your face? You're like, what is this? You say we call to the what? Ulama. Move forward.
والشعر من خلق الله.
Here is from Allah's creation, he
فلا
says.
يزال إلا فيما شرعت إزالته.
He says,
العانة
it is not to be removed except for that which is legislated. That which is legitimately to be removed, such as the pubic hair, he says,
والأبط
armpits,
والشارب بالنسبة
mustache
للرجل
for a man.
فهذا يزال.
All these things to be removed.
والفخذان
Legs,
فإنها لا تزال.
not to be removed.
لكن لو كان الشعر كثيرا في المرأة.
Now listen to this now. This is very interesting. He says, but if the hair is a lot on a woman,
بحيث يكون ساقها كساق الرجل.
whereas her legs are like a man's legs,
فلا بأس أن تزيله.
there's nothing wrong with removing it.
أما الأفخاذ إذا كثر فيها الشعر.
Now that's before we go into the upper part of the legs. Now, the Sheikh says, rahimahullah ta'ala, that if it's a lot of hair, then it should be removed. What's the difference? If his Sheikh is saying that it's changing Allah's creation, what's the what?
what's the
Everybody understand this? Because it's not a necessity. You got hairy legs. MashaAllah. Khalq of Allah. Everybody understand that the concept of following the ulama, and no one is trying to say anything derogatory, but it is not as simple as you think it is. Yeah, okay, everybody clear on this? Moving forward. And this is going to show you the weakness of that whole entire claim. Because oftentimes, as we can see here clearly, Abdul Raqib, a layman can misunderstand, or not misunderstand, but just fail to understand the kalam of the what? Or the ulama. And he has to go back to the translating student of knowledge for it to be simplified. And he slices and shaves it down and says, don't do it. That's what the Shaykh is saying. So in actuality, he's following the who? No. He's not following the ulama. He can't understand the ulama.
translating?
He's taking his fatwa, his explanation, and his understanding. So that whole entire claim is out the window. Everybody understand this? For every single layman person to follow the ulama. That claim is what? Out of the window. Everybody clear on this? Is this not proven or not? You can misunderstand or just what? Lack of what? Of the ulama. And you need to be simplified by what? Somebody who speaks your tongue and culture and understands how it is feel to be once a layman. Sheikh Uthaymeen was once a layman, young baby perhaps, in Arabia years ago. A word of a difference from we both come from Brooklyn, New York City. I was once like you. I studied, Allah sent me overseas, so on and so forth. Everybody understand this? So that claim, even if it's not obviously the detail, okay, and we don't call for every single layman person to just open up Sahih Bukhari and make a ruling. No, that's extreme as well. But it goes to show you that if it's not out the window, it's weak. And it's not absolute. Let alone for you to establish your dawah upon that. And to tear down somebody that's trying to teach and trying to explain, says he doesn't what? Connect you to the ulama. Everybody clear on this? Let's finish. Now that's with regards to the shin. He's going down to the thighs now. He says here. He says another woman is not to remove that hair. She removes it herself. He says because there's no need for another woman to help her out to remove the hair on her thighs. There's no need. So that excludes what? The waxing process and all the other stuff. Now. So many issues that pertain to removing hair. Sorry, let's go and move on. Sheikh Al-Albani. So who's willing and ready to implement that? Adam.
So he's saying if it's a lot.
Wait, what he said is what, Omar? Crystal clear. You're not ready to follow the ulama, huh? La, you gotta. Get this guy out of here. Escort him out the masjid. You're not Salafi, Yaqi. No doubt. Everybody understand this? Okay, so let's ask ourselves a question. Many people will say, ulama, the Salaf Salih, I don't listen to him. He's not, no problem. How many of them shave their legs, Omar? Brothers, sisters. You say a lot or a little?
A lot.
If not most? Not just America. Nah. What are you talking about? Everybody understand this? So for them, mubtadi', you can't listen to this, you can't do that. Why not? Because what? That's problematic. Let's listen to what Sheikh Al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala says here. The heading of the fatwa on YouTube says, ما حكم إزالة شعر الساق للمرأة.
نعم لا فرق في ذلك وهذه مسألة يمكن أخذ الجواب عليها من تعليل السابق في الحديث ذلك لأن العلماء في الواقع يبدو أن بينهم اختلافا لما قال عليه السلام لعن الله النامصات.
So talking about the hadith about Allah, he said the curse of the namisat, women who do what? Shave or trim that they make numps. No, that's not the numps is look at this, how clear this is. Numps is Arabic. Eyebrows is the translation of numps. He's saying the ulama themselves, the Arab scholars or Arab speaking scholars, they differ on what is the word numps. Is it eyebrows or is it or the body?
The body hair.
Everybody understand this?
Hajj.
Just the eyebrow or face, mustache. A woman, can she trim her mustache? She's little whiskers, hair on her chin. Some of the ulama say that's included in the word what? Numps. A third view, he says what? General. He says some explainers of hadith, like the brother said, Osama from the UK. Some they explain the hadith. Some say it's this, some say it's everything on the face, and some say it's what? He says, and the correct view is that it's what? Kulluhu. Based off of the previous reasoning. It's from the creation of Allah. And there's no difference between
لخلق الله في حاجبها
changing Allah's creation on her eyebrows or
أو بحلقه وبين نفسها بخديها وبين نفسها بشعر ساقيها
legs.
كل ذلك داخل في عموم قوله عليه
All included in the hadith.
المغيرات لخلق الله
Women who change Allah's creation. For this reason,
لا يغتر
no one should be deceived. This is لا يغتر.
بعض الكتب
No one says لا يغتر. Not to be duped, but what you find in some books,
على تفسير النمط لأنه نفس الحاجب أو
he says, don't be fooled by what some of the ulama say. Now, what do you do when the ulama differ? What ulama should be? But that's besides the point. He's ulama. I understand this. It has to be much more than what? It has to be some aql used. Everybody clear on this? He says, don't be fooled. He's refuting what? Came before him. He says, don't be fooled that the numps is just the hajib. Everybody clear on this? Move forward.
ثم يقف عند ذلك ويفهم بمفهوم المخالفة أن ما سوى ذلك جائز.
If the Prophet ﷺ said, do not shave the numps, the namisa, and the numps is hajib, then the opposite understanding is that which is away from the eyebrow is what? Permissible. He says, don't take this.
الحالة لا يستند إلى دليل.
He says there's no proof for that tafsir, that interpretation.
بل تعبيدا
Rather, he says it's wrong, it's against.
المذكور في آخر الحديث أولا.
To the end of the fatwa. Now, we're not here, obviously, to discuss this issue in detail. That's not the topic of our class. It's just coming up with regards to removing hair. When you go to make ihram, to remove the hair which is permissible to what? Be removed. For the man, that hair will be what? Underarms, private area. Trim the mustache or cut the mustache? You can't shave it. Shave it off. You can shave the mustache?
You said it's okay. Either way, it was okay.
I didn't say that.
You read from what you read
When was this?
the other day. You say you shave it
Show
off.
Kenny said that.
I'm saying what you read.
I just translate, brother.
Translate. You said it was okay either way. The light
Naam.
to shave it all the way.
That's right. Translation. Right. So, therefore, mustache, underarms, private areas, and basically that's what?
That's it.
If you want to trim your hair a little bit, it's permissible for a man. And then based off of this, a woman would just do what?
Armpits.
Armpits and private areas. That's it. Everybody ready to implement this?
So if you have a little goatee, it's okay. Hey, listen. I would not like it generally goatee.
Ulama.
What are you trying to say?
Now, everybody understand this?
Legs still make a difference.
Everybody understand this? But is this what all the ulama say? No. Is there other things? That's not the point. The point is how you're going to find yourself caught on the trap by being fanatical. That's the point. If you're fanatical, you're going to call yourself what? Hypocritical. Go totally gung-ho in this because this one item said it, and something else what? Yani, it's detailed, but you know, Allah knows best. Everybody clear this? Rather, we see from one alim, the thing may be established, but then he himself may say what? If it's Allah, so on and so forth. What's the difference if it's Allah's creation? And Allah didn't specify thick or thin hair. Khalq Allah. Everybody clear this? Right. So we're going to stop here with the night ta'ala. Perhaps we may have time for a question or two. I don't know, maybe some sisters of the steps would like to ask some questions. I don't know. If they do, they can feel free to do so now if there's enough time. And if not, in the night ta'ala, sisters upstairs, Omar. Don't worry. Bismillah, don't worry, inshallah. Omar, huh? Around Omar, don't worry, brother. It's women up the steps. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد. Any questions?
Can be one topic or just one topic?
It's the only questions for sisters that may be here. That's it. You have any more answers from the UK? Or any other brothers gave any fawaid?
Right now we're offline from online for some reason.
طيب الحمد لله.
We're online on Facebook.
طيب
So, we do have some questions.
I miss you أخي.
Organic.
That's right.
It's the organic movement, you know? Everything, you know, everyone is born organic.
طيب time for the day نفيس. جزاكم الله خيرا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله محمد. Inshallah, our question marathon within that will begin on Thursday night.
Lots of
By Allah's
questions
permission.
regarding this issue. You want me to call it?
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We went offline for a while. Whoever was connected to YouTube, please check the Hadith Disciple YouTube page. It's Hadith Disciple 1.
Salah.
If you look at Hadith Disciple 1 on Facebook, Jazakumullah khair, the video is there. Inshallah ta'ala, you can watch the video unedited, uncut. Inshallah there. Jazakumullah khair.